Hello friends! It is a Saturday and I'm just feeling good right now, so I'm gonna start a vlog. So today I'm thinking we go to like a coffee shop or something and hang out and get some reading done. Today Peter is having some friends over to play board games, so I figured I wouldn't intrude. It's his birthday weekend, so he's having some fun with his friends. So I was like, I think I'm gonna go out and read, or just spend today reading. And I think it would be fun to go to a coffee shop and kind of get over my fear of having a camera in public and just get some reading done. I have so many books I need to read, so let me set this camera up somewhere. Let me talk about some of the books we got. I have a problem, guys. I keep checking out library books and I'm not reading them fast enough. So the two books I think I'm gonna bring with me today are Babel. I'm reading this for a book club, so I just want to do my pages. Babel follows the story of kind of a group of Oxford students in the translator school called Babel. I don't even know how to describe like the magic of it because I'm just learning about it myself. And I've read two other R.F. Kuang books at this point and I feel like I always glow about them in my vlog. But unfortunately, I'm not loving this one as much. It just kind of feels like someone is lecturing at me. Feels like I am going to Oxford, learning about Latin and the etymology of words. I'm just not jiving with it, unfortunately, but I'm hoping it picks up. I'm trying to get my pages done and hoping I do that, then I'll move on to How to Be Remembered. This is a book I started a couple weeks ago and just have not gotten to read it all that much. It's just about a boy who's forgotten every year on his birthday. All of his government documents are wiped and he is just completely forgotten about. So I want to continue that. Hey, this is Adriana from the future. Just a little postscript edit here. I don't actually read How to Be Remembered in this vlog, but I do want to give an update because I returned it to the library. I ended up DNFing it towards the end. I was just really bored with it. It's a very easy read. I was just flipping through the pages, but unfortunately I feel like the idea was unique and so interesting, but it was just poorly executed upon, and the book was due to the library, so I needed to return it. But I feel like there isn't a lot of character growth there, and the character kind of repeats the same actions year after year, and he doesn't seem to learn or have any repercussions due to that. He tries to figure out how to break the system and be remembered finally by people, but I feel like there just wasn't a whole lot of growth there, and ultimately I became uninterested in it, so I ended up returning it, unfortunately. But it was a very easy read, so if you want to check it out, I read like probably like 200 pages and just like that. Like, it was super easy to read and just very easy to absorb. Unfortunately, I became bored with it. Anyways, that is to say that that's what happened with that book, because it doesn't get mentioned again in this vlog. So enjoy the rest of the video. Let me just go through some of the library books and books I want to read soon. First of all, I think I want to read Gideon the Ninth. There's like a book club that I'm trying to join and they're reading that and my friend wants me to join it. I'm like in 3 book clubs now. It is a disaster. This is The Lost Bookshop by Evie Woods, and I saw this book at Costco and thought it sounded good, so I checked it out from the library. Do I know anything else about it? Not really. This is One Woman Show by Christine Colson, and this book just looked really interesting to me because it's told in the perspective of museum like painting and sculpture descriptions, like the description you would see. It just looked really interesting, and it's very thin, so I figured I could get through that. This is another short book. It is called A Nearby Country Called Love by Salar Abdo. And this book sounded very interesting to me. I think it just is going to tell an interesting tale about a country I haven't read much about, to be quite honest. The main character is in contemporary Iran, and I think it looks into just masculinity and what it's like to be an LGBTQ person in this area, in this time, and I haven't read much on this subject, so I thought this sounded interesting, so I picked that one up. The next book, and this one's a thick one, is Homer's The Odyssey, translated by Emily Wilson. I've heard so much about Emily Wilson lately, and I've wanted to pick up her translations of the Odyssey and the Iliad, and this one came first. So, and this one appeared in my last vlog, Normal Rules Don't Apply by Kate Atkinson, and it's just a collection of short stories, and I don't know much about it other than it's thin and I think I could get through it. So those are the books I need to get through before the library comes after me for checking out too many things. I just have too much power because you can check out like 50 things. It's getting to my head. I just keep checking things out like, yeah, I can read that. But I'm gonna take these two with me. We're gonna try. we're gonna try. That was like a horribly anxiety-inducing experience. I ended up going somewhere different because it is just so busy everywhere. I guess it's a Saturday at noon, so that's my fault. But I made it somewhere, so I'm gonna get coffee. I was having a good time. No, I'm not. Now I'm sitting in my car talking to my camera, but we're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. We got this. That's pretty successful, I would say. I eventually found myself in a little corner where I felt safe to pull out my camera. And I got some reading done. I think I'm gonna head home, maybe find something to eat because I haven't eaten since breakfast and it's like 2. Also, the barista commented on my necklace and said she loved it, and that just means the world to me because I made this necklace. Please clap for me. It's got all these little charms to kind of represent who I am. There's a little book over here. There's like a cherry up here, a fairy. There's a rabbit because I'm anntokki. Anyway, time to go home. I got super distracted after lunchtime. It's like 3:30 now. I made myself a cup of tea after I ate lunch. I think it's finally cool enough to drink because I've been doing random tasks for the last little bit. But if you follow me on Instagram, I posted this on my story. I was playing around with my herb garden. I trimmed the roots because they were all tangled up, and that is just so weird to look at. To like lift up the top of it and see like the stringy plant roots is like really weird. So I clipped that down, and then I was like looking through my guidebook. I should clip some of the taller plants and lower the light down so some of my plants on bottom will have more light, because I know some of my plants are smaller than others. I know my dill is like super tall and my lavender is just like sprouting. So I messed around with that. I actually was able to harvest some of the dill, which was kind of neat. So hopefully that helps my plants. And then I was able to get a little bit of basil too, because that's also really tall. I'm gonna sit here and read. I'll read a bit more. I wish I had like an end table. I do have a little plant stand, so maybe I'll use that for a bit. That thing that my plant is sitting on back there, I may use that for a bit so I can sit in my comfy chair and drink my tea. So I'm gonna move that around. I need to clean this room. I don't know why I still have these books up here. This was supposed to be the 10 books I was gonna read before the end of the year, plus A Darker Shade of Magic, which I brought up here for some reason, and I didn't read any of them. Put that there. I have a little table. My tea. Okay. How perfect. Perfect. Now my drinks are easily accessible, so I'm gonna kick back here and read. Everyone has vacated the house. I am alone. I think my first order of business is to light a candle and turn on the diffuser. There is something about having like a group of men, I guess, I want to say boys, in your house, because it smells like boy. I don't know how to describe it, but like, and I'm sorry if they're watching this, I'm sorry to Peter, I'm sorry to your friends, but like it smells like boy. So my first order of business is to run the diffuser. Now, I'm not like an essential oils person or anything. I just use them because I like the smell, and I'm currently rocking this autumn essential oils pack. I just use it because I want vanilla. I like the house smelling like vanilla. And one day I'll get more on theme scents, but vanilla is a year-round scent, so it's fine. I also need to turn on the hue lights, get it all warm and cozy in here. Ta-da! And now I need to pick a candle. I don't know what candle I want. I found this one when I was looking for my smaller tripod. Honey Crisp Apple from Trader Joe's, but I don't think I want that right now, so let's have a look. I take forever to burn candles. I have this one, it just says Cozy Nights, which I think it might be a cozy night. I don't even know what this smells like. I don't know. This is just some random one from the grocery store. I think Honey Crisp Apple needs to go into our fall box because it's a fall smell. I have peach black tea, so I think Cozy Nights is what I'm gonna go with. Gotta be a cozy night in here. I need a Yule log. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to find any. We don't have a Netflix subscription anymore. Is this my water? Yes. There's so many glasses just strewn about. I want to say this one is mine, but actually I don't remember. Yule. We have the super cute Yule. Do they have Calcifer? The Cabin Chronicles. Honestly, I might have this on mute. Just speaking of cabins, the A-frame cabin has made a comeback. The A-frame cabin has made a comeback. I've made some progress on it as of last night. I finally got that piece I was missing in the mail. So we have the house right here. I built like some attachments to the house, and then there's like the framing and the woodenness of the house. There's a super cute armchair in here that looks exactly like the armchairs we have. I was like dying when I built that. There's like a whole record player over here. And then over here, there's like a typewriter. Oh my gosh, I thought that was adorable. Like, I want to live here. I started building the bedroom. How stinking cute. There's a little bookshelf in there. They got a little window, a painting, some little nightstands. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. This show is low-key perfect for me right now. I love the B-roll footage of like Washington and Oregon. The first episode took place in the Snoqualmie Mountains. In this one, it said Oregon, but I'm not sure where it said. And just like, gosh, I want to live in an A-frame cabin. I want to live here, but I can afford barely here. I literally won money to buy this. I would have not bought it otherwise. I can barely even say that statement. This book talks about the etymology of words, and this whole time I've been saying the word wrong. Anytime I say that word out loud, I say entomology, like there's an N there. It's etymology. I think this entire vlog I've been saying entomology, and the barista was asking me about the book I was reading, and she was like, oh, I've heard of that book, how is it? And I was like, oh, the entomology of words is like really interesting. And I was just like, I've just been going around saying the word wrong this whole time. Like, yeah, entomology, it's etymology. There should be an N in there somewhere, I feel like. This is Adriana from the future once again. Entomology is a word. It's the study of bugs, not the study of words. So I knew there was a word that existed, but it wasn't the right one. All right, gang, I need to eat something. Trader Joe's mozzarella sticks it is. I feel like everything in Babel is going like too well, too smoothly, but like I feel like everything is too good. They keep referencing bad things are going to happen in the future. I'm not a big fan of that like retrospective perspective that keeps coming into the book, considering most of the perspective is in present time and they're telling you the actions as they're happening, but suddenly they're like, later they wouldn't believe what would happen. Like, I feel like that's really weird. So I'm just curious where this goes. But I do think the fantasy is really lacking here. We see how the British continue to operate, but now the British has this wealth of magical resources that they are using to their advantage to make them richer, to make them stronger. And I think it would have been so interesting to take that idea and see how it would change the British Empire. Currently, the same events are still happening, even though they have all this magical power. I just don't think that's like, that like jives together very well. Alright friends, it is the next day. I got my reading done for Babbel for my book club. I feel like the book is like finally starting to pick up and I'm becoming a bit more interested in it. I'm curious where it goes. I feel like we're kind of getting into some twists and turns here and I'm curious to see where we go from here in the book. And yeah, I'm looking forward to reading more, but that's all I got because we're gonna hang out with Peter's family today and I don't have much more reading to do or time to read this weekend. So I hope you enjoyed this short little reading vlog and I will see you all next time. Bye!